Guys, look at this guy right here. Look at him. Look at this guy. How old does he look to you? How old does he look? like maybe 25? No. 15? No. He's 35 years old. He's 35 years old. Can you believe that? 35. Wow. How does he look so young? Okay, I gotta be actually serious. The Legend of Zelda is turning 35 this year. Think about that. Legend of Zelda, the franchise, is 35. I can't think of any legit Zelda game that has been bad. All the main Zelda games have always been quality games, at least to a certain extent. There's no shit Zelda games. A game franchise with this constant stream of quality deserves to be commemorated. I mean, sure, Pac-Man is pretty influential as well. Pac-Man's a thing, but has Pac-Man made a constant stream of quality, immersive, just awesome experiences? No, he's just a yellow guy who eats fruits. Oh man, Pac-Man Party was such a revolutionary game. Oh, it's such a powerful part of my childhood. Oh, only a few franchises have that sort of status where every single game they make is just quality and people are just hell yeah. When this game's announced, everyone's hell yeah. I feel it's only natural to talk about The Legend of Zelda and the history behind it because it's Zelda's 35th anniversary. I thought I told you guys already. Didn't you watch the video? I've been waiting a long time for this. This Wii Remote summons the legendary 5 from the hit game Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Hello, I am Fee. How can I take your order?
A quarter pounder with cheese. Wait, no. I need to ask you another favor and not my McDonald's order this time.
Okay, fine. Sure. Hit me. It's not like that's my entire life purpose or anything. Ha. Asshole.
I'm meaning to ask you, could you explain the Zelda timeline for all the folks at home? Because I have no idea what the how to explain that. Can you just do that for me?
Oh, I would absolutely love to. Ahem. Long ago, the world was created by 3 goddesses. Hey, bitch.
I'm listening, I swear.
Long ago, the world was created by 3 goddesses, Din, Neru, and Farer. They would also create the Triforce, a special object with magical powers that could summon a wish for anyone with attributes of power, wisdom, and courage. If the wisher does not contain these 3 attributes, the Triforce will split apart, and will have to be reunited. When it splits, the Triforce is trusted in the possession of 3 individuals. Zelda holds the Triforce of Wisdom, Ganondorf holds the Triforce of Power, and Link holds the Triforce of Courage. You know what? F it. I am just going to paraphrase the rest of the goddamn lore, so your little pea brain can handle listening to me talk for more than 20 seconds. Basically, throughout the whole Zelda timeline, Ganondorf, as well as other forces of evil partake in an ongoing battle against Link and Zelda of Hyrule, so that they can reunite the Triforce and acquire large amounts of power. All this shit happens over many generations and the timeline splits on multiple occasions. There. I'm fucking done. And people called me annoying.
Can you still give me that quarter pounder by chance? Well, since we're not going to get into the real meaty lore because somebody doesn't want to explain it, why don't we talk about, the real life history behind The Legend of Zelda? The development of the original game. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be a cool video topic, right? Hold on, one sec. I have to out a green screen real quick. Okay, there it is. Let me tell you a little story about a young boy. His name was Shigeru Miyamoto. You might have heard of him. He basically loved to explore caves and forests as a kid. It gave him a lot of sense of excitement and wonder, so much so that he was inspired to make a video game later in his life. You can guess what it was. Nintendo was not a video game company at this time because video games probably barely existed. They were primarily a playing card company and a toy company. Miyamoto happened to do a job interview with is his name? Hiroshi Yamauchi, that was his name, the president of Nintendo at the time, and he landed a job with Nintendo for his impressive toy creation, whatever the hell it was. He was good enough for Nintendo, apparently. Miyamoto would be one of the first artists for the company, and he actually helped out with one of the first games Nintendo ever made, Sheriff. You might have seen this f***er try to shoot you in Super Smash Bros. Man, I really hate him. The next game Miyamoto helped Nintendo on was Radar Scope, a combination of Space Invaders and Galaga. This game was probably badass, and it probably should have sold like a billion gazillion copies in America, but it didn't. In fact, this game did not so well at all. It put the company in an actual financial crisis. The company was failing because they had shipped so many units to the US, but nobody bought them. So what did Nintendo do? Well, they took those useless radar scope units, repurposed them, and basically made a new game out of it with the help of Miyamoto. And according to this Wikipedia article, it says right here that the reason why they hired Miyamoto again is because they had no one else available. You know, I wonder what happened to that game. Like, what game did they make? Was it... I'm curious. Does anyone know? Alright, so now Nintendo was establishing a name for themselves, and they decided, you know, they gotta keep that ball rolling. They decided they wanted to experiment with the home console market. They were inspired by the ColecoVision, another home console that had come out before Nintendo's eventual home console, the Nintendo Entertainment System. The NES would come out in Japan in 1983, and it did pretty well, and then it came to America in 85, and then, oh man, now there's a bunch of hit games for the NES. Don't you know the hit games like Clue Land and Ice Climber and good old Tennis? The NES was a Chad gaming system, alright? It had 17 launch titles. Think of all the game consoles now. Do they have 17 launch titles? No, they have like 2. Super Mario Bros. Also came out for the NES as well. It kind of sold well a little bit. Miyamoto made that game and kind of changed the gaming industry forever, but whatever. Miyamoto after that decided, hey, you know what? Let's just do it again. Let's make another game that changes gaming forever. Miyamoto, alongside another Nintendo legend, Takashi Tezuka, also made The Legend of Zelda a year later. Wow, would you look at that? It's the game I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, we've come full circle. Wow. Now this was probably the first open world game. E.T. for Atari probably doesn't count. The feeling of exploration that Miyamoto had as a kid when he was exploring caves and forests, he wanted to import into The Legend of Zelda and replicate this amazing experience where you could go wherever you wanted in any order and just go on a quest and go wherever the hell you wanted. It was awesome. Every other game was like linear at the time, but this one wasn't. You could go left and then you could go right and then you could go up and then you could die because it's a hard game. A good game in my eyes is a game that allows you to explore and figure out what to do on your own, not some like tutorial guide telling you what to do and saying, hey, you gotta go over here. Look at this arrow on the map. You gotta go here. Why not figure out yourself? That's so much more fulfilling. So yeah, enough said. Zelda's a very influential game franchise, and it deserves all the praise it gets. You know, I never played the original Zelda. I just want to bring that up. I never, like, properly played through it. And I kind of want to try it. Now, unfortunately, I don't have access to the original Zelda game. I only have it on the Nintendo Switch with the Nintendo Switch Online. So we'll be playing it on the Switch with all those modern doohickeys on it. Ooh, goosebumps. Holy shit. Long ago, Ganon, Prince of Darkness, stole the Triforce of Power. Princess Zelda of Hyrule broke the Triforce of Wisdom into 8 pieces and hid them from Ganon before she was kidnapped by Ganon's minions. Link, you must find the pieces and save Zelda. Dude, you know, I gotta applaud the later plot writers for The Legend of Zelda because they've somehow stayed consistent to this, like, barren-ass plot for over 35 years. I mean, this plot is basically what Zelda is, and they still haven't, like, changed any of this. This still adds up. This still makes sense in the deep lore of Zelda. You know, I gotta give props to the continuity. Oh, look at that. We got our all-star cast. Rupee, Blue Candle, Red Candle, Recorder, Key. Ooh, oh, Magical Key. Please look up the manual for details. Manual? I don't need a manual. This game's all about the exploration and finding out what to do by yourself, right? So why would I need a manual? That's stupid. I'm just gonna play this by myself with my own wit. No, I refuse. I won't look up the manual for details, but, you know, thank you for saying please. Okay, so I'll address the elephant in the room. Yes, I have played this game before. All right, here we go. We all know what to do. Gotta run into the suspicious hole. I mean, that's what adventurers do. Oh, I stabbed him. Oh, God, shh, nobody will know. No one will know. Oh, hamburgers with eyes? Oh, holy shit. Now, I must say, goddamn, this game is definitely weird to control. You only point your sword out like a little stick, but poking out at a snail or something. It's not a swing like the newer games, where you're confident it's gonna hit something. In this game, you literally have to, like, precisely move yourself in front of the thing, which it's already hard to do. Then you just hope and pray to every god of every religion that your sword is in front of the enemy. Not the best, but hey, you know what? It was the first Zelda game. I'll cut it some slack. You know, it came out for the Nintendo old machine. But a super sick thing about the combat is the fact that at full hearts, your sword gets all magical and shit. You can shoot laser beams. So then it just becomes a challenge of how long you can keep your full health, so the enemies can be less of a nuisance. Now we got these guys that go with their face, and they shoot rocks. Jesus, I mean, I guess it is allergy season. I mean, when is it not? In Florida. There's also a guy in the water who shoots laser beams. Oh man, I hate that enemy. He's probably an asshole. He probably lives on his own by himself in the water with no friends. Yeah, he's a loser. No. Oh, I think I'm gonna die. I think I walked in the wrong neck of the woods. The heart sound is literally pounding. It's, well, not pounding, more like, ear-piercingly beeping. Yeah, that's more like it. Like, talk about stressful and annoying. I died. Okay, you know, I feel like they're undermining the severity of the hero of time literally dying in the game. I mean, they literally just have him, like, spin out, like, woo, I died, haha, oh, so funny, oh, the land of Hyrule is screwed forever, haha. Now, the more I'm playing this game and constantly dying, I have a thing to say about this. I think this game's almost a roguelite. What's a roguelite game? Well, just look at Hades. That's a game where you continuously try to beat a challenge. But if you die, you get sent back to the beginning where you have to start all over again. But each time you die, you can buy some new abilities and equipment. So basically, it gets easier every time you do it. This is different from roguelikes, which don't even have progression where you upgrade your stuff. There's no progression at all. Now look at Zelda, right? This game is super hard. You die and have to start at the beginning all the time, but all the items you get are kept. You don't lose your rupees, you don't lose your sword, none of that. It's just you have to get all the way back to where you were, but you still have all that newly acquired stuff. This game is not procedurally generated randomly like all the other roguelite and roguelike games are, but, you know, it kind of resembles it anyway. Anyways, I was walking around the West Forest place again, and I found one of these puzzles that keeps looping you in, like, the same area until you find your way out of, like, some kind of, like, combination or whatever. I guess those were invented in this game, too. We'll come back here later. Oh, wow. Oh, look at desert. Wow, neat. The sand looks like my skin, but at a zoomed-in molecular level. Oh, I found a dungeon by accident. Okay, sure. Level 3. It's gonna kick my ass, isn't it? Okay, sick. I beat the boss of the dungeon. Oh, these dungeons are hard, man. They don't mess around. They really don't. Not fun at parties. So now what? Well, it's another 20 minutes of wandering around and dying. That's what. Alright, so now I've wandered all the way to the tippity top corner of the map, right? And I found this cave. Turns out this guy actually has a piece of paper. And he says, show this to the old woman. Oh man, oh heck, I know an old woman. He's talking about the lady that was just staring at me with no music or dialogue. She kind of freaked me out, lol. Oh wow, nice, so helpful, wow. I got a fucking rare piece of paper, and what do? Oh, you just charge me for life potions. That's, I mean, you could have just gave them to me for free, but you know, had to be an ass, I guess. After some wandering around and death later, look at that, I found a dungeon. Of course, it's like piss easy, but you know, in this game's terms, that actually means appropriately challenged. Found another old guy that says Eastmost Peninsula is the secret. God, I mean, imagine how long he had to been standing there to tell me that. His fucking life was probably dedicated to telling me where I get the, I don't know, a candle or some shit. And now he's just re-trapped in there. Oh man. Hey, look at that, an ominous staircase with the bow. Nice, nice, nice. I beat the boss. Wasn't too hard. Got a heart container. You love to see it. So now hold on. This dungeon had an item in it. It had the bow, but I didn't get an item in the last dungeon. So did I miss one? Yep, I apparently did. I missed a whole raft. Wow. Now that would have been helpful. Why? Well, there's a dock thing by the water, right? What happens if I... Oh, the dopamine! So we found level 4. No sign of level 2 anywhere. We just skipped that one, but we found 4. Shocker, this dungeon's also kicking my ass. These goddamn jumping bat thingies are the worst, but at least there's a ladder here. I'm at the boss, and oh my god, it's really hard. It doesn't help that every single time you retry the dungeon, you're stuck with 3 hearts. So basically, you have to run out, grab some hearts every time. Great. But even with that, by the time you get there, you have like 1 heart left because you grinded through an entire dungeon all over again just to get to the guy. Brutal. Oh, Funko Pops. You know what? I'm done. I've had it. I'm rewinding. I'm cheating. There, I did it. Fair and square. Pay me and I'll talk. Go north, west, southwest for the fort. Oh, there you go. Solve that puzzle. Oh, look at that. We're over here now. You love to see it. I refuse to rewind. I don't rewind. I'm a pro gamer. I don't cheat. I'm not a cheater. Now, I assume we're in some sort of Death Mountain area or something. I mean, it's very spooky here, and when you touch the gravestones, you just die. Okay, thought there would be a puzzle underneath one of them, maybe, you know, since it's been a Zelda tradition, but not from what I can see. I'm just trying to make a mad dash and hope for the best here. F all the enemies. I just want to find a dungeon. Oh, great. My prayers have been answered. I just want to point out that I had 3 hearts there. I had 3 hearts, and I got insta-killed. This is gonna be a fun dungeon, isn't it? I can do this. I can do this. I can definitely do this. How many levels are in this game? 9? There are 9 levels in this. I thought there was like 6. I can't do this. I can't beat this game. I literally can't. Especially without a guide. There's no way in hell I'm beating this game. It's so old. I get the feeling like maybe it didn't age well. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shit on Zelda like that, but it's true. This game is kind of really hard. It's really damn hard. I mean, if you really want to play a Zelda game, why don't you just play like the better ones, like Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time, Breath of the Wild especially. Like, just play those. Why would you play this one? This one's just cryptic and hard.
Is there a penis joke here?
I'll come clean and say I honestly just don't feel like beating this game.
We do a little trolling.
Oh my goodness, wow, look, I beat the game. Oh my goodness, wow. Oh man, all those trials and challenges I went through, oh, it was so worth it. I'm so glad I played through this entire game. I feel so fulfilled right now. Okay. Here's the deal, right? I'm gonna get through this one level. We're gonna try and beat this one dungeon. One diddly dungeon, alright? And that'll be my version of beating the game, alright? That'll be my completion criteria. This is straight up impossible. The ghosts kill me instantly. I can't get past this one room. I have to use the rewind feature. I'm sorry. I have to. The only way I can beat this room is if I use the rewind. Finally, we made it past that terrible room. A dragon. There's a dragon. There's just a dragon. That's a boss. That's supposed to be a boss, but it's just here. I'm done. Maybe I'll come back to this game and actually put in the real man hours and like try to beat it and not be such a loser. But I think for now I need a break. I don't think I like Zelda 1. very much, to be honest with you. But I mean, nobody's perfect the first time making a video game franchise, are they? No. I mean, this game should be praised for what it's done. I mean, it's one of the first open world games. They basically invented open world games. I mean, it's a huge deal. I mean, it's ironic how open and free this is on the most limiting console ever. An entire franchise started with this one game. Entire series of lore started with this one game. An entire collection of music, awesome music, started right here. And just a huge, massive amount of fans that love it to death started with this one game. But Mario's better in almost every single way. Oh my, Mario is so much better. Zelda can just suck my dad dick.